Steve charges $80 to fix broken computers. And here's the strange part. The part he'll tell you himself if you ask him. In 2 years, he has almost never fixed a broken computer. Because they're almost never broken. A switch got knocked. A cable came loose. Something got clicked that shouldn't have been clicked. That's it, that's the whole job. He makes about $3,200 a month doing this, working roughly 15 hours a week. And he started with no qualifications, no training, and no idea that what he knew was worth anything at all. 2 years ago, Steve was 22, living in his mom's spare room and applying for jobs at a rate of about 9 a day. He wasn't lazy, he wasn't fussy. He applied for everything, and the answer, when it came at all, was always some version of the same sentence. We're looking for someone with more experience. Which is a genuinely absurd thing to tell a 22-year-old. You need experience to get the job, and you need the job to get the experience, and nobody in that conversation ever seems to notice the shape of it. So he was doing the thing that happens to a lot of people at that age. He was starting to believe there was nothing in him, that anybody wanted. Then one afternoon, his grandmother called him upset. Her computer was broken. It had been broken for 4 days. She'd been about to pay someone to come and take it away. Steve went round, he sat down in front of it. And what had happened was that the Wi-Fi had been switched off. That's all. A single toggle in a settings menu turned to the wrong position. He turned it back on. The whole thing took him about 11 seconds, and his grandmother burst into tears. Then she tried to give him $20. He refused, obviously, and she got quite firm about it. And she said something that reorganized his entire understanding of himself. She said, "You have no idea what it's like to be locked out of your own life." Locked out of your own life. That was what a switched-off Wi-Fi toggle meant to her. Her photographs were in there, her letters, the video calls with her sister, and she told her friends. Steve did not ask her to within a week. 3 of them had called him, and that was the entire marketing strategy for the first year of the business. The first one was a man who couldn't get his printer to work. 9 minutes. The second was a woman whose television had switched to the wrong input. 4 minutes. He charged $40 a visit, felt guilty about it, and did it anyway. And here's what he noticed. By about the 6th job, nobody was paying him for the repair. The repair was nothing. They were paying him because he did not make them feel stupid. Because there is an entire generation of people who have been made to feel humiliated by machines, and who have learned to expect impatience from anyone under 30. Who touches them? Steve wasn't selling technical skill. He was selling the absence of a sigh, and it turns out people will pay a great deal for that. 6 months and a man asked him to make his computer faster. It was old and clogged, and it took 4 minutes to start. Steve had watched enough videos by then to know the standard answer. Wipe it, reinstall the system, start clean. So he wiped it. He did not back it up first. He didn't ask it. Genuinely did not occur to him that there would be anything on a machine that's slow. The machine restarted fast and clean and empty. And on it, before he wiped it, had been 15 years of family photographs. His wedding, his children, his wife who had died 2 years earlier. There were no copies. Steve tried everything he could find for 2 days. Some of it came back. Most of it did not. He didn't charge for the visit, which is meaningless, and he knew it was meaningless. While he was saying it, he offered to pay for a recovery service. And the man said no. He said, "It isn't your fault, son. You were trying to help." Steve says that was worse than being shouted at. He says he would have preferred to be shouted at. And out of that came one rule, and it is the rule the entire business now runs on. Nothing is touched until everything is copied. Not a setting, not a file, not a single click until there's a backup. He carries a drive in his bag. Every visit begins the same way. whether the job is a broken printer or a lost email. Copy first, always. It costs him 20 minutes, and it has never once cost him anything else. But the second change is the one that actually built the income. And it came from a question he kept getting asked at the end of every single visit. They'd say, "And what do I do if it happens again?" And underneath that question is not a technical question at all. It's a lonely one. It means, will you come back or am I on my own again? So Steve stopped selling visits. He started selling not being on your own. $40 a month, call him as often as you like about anything. A checkup visit every 3 months, whether anything is wrong or not. He expected people to say it was expensive for something they might not use. Almost nobody said that the checkup visit, the one where nothing is wrong, turned out to be the part they valued most. Here are the numbers, and they are deliberately unglamorous. He has 45 people on the monthly plan. That's $18 a month. Before he has done a single thing on top of that, he does one-off visits for people who aren't on the plan at $80 each, which comes to somewhere around 14 more. Call it $3,200 a month for about 15 hours a week of actual work. He doesn't advertise. He has never paid for a single advert. This particular group of people talk to each other constantly, and they recommend the person who is kind to them, with a force that no marketing budget can buy. His actual problem now is that he has to turn people away. He caps it at 45 because the whole product is that you get him quickly. And a Steve who is too busy to come is not worth $40 a month. So this year he trained a friend, gave him the rule about backups on the first day, and made him repeat it back and handed him the overflow. And once a month he runs a free session at the community hall. No selling, he just answers questions for 2 hours. Roughly a third of the people in that room end up on the plan, but that isn't really why he does it. He still goes to his grandmother's every Sunday. She still finds new ways to break things. He has never charged her and she has never stopped trying to pay him. What he says about the man whose photographs he deleted is that he thinks about him roughly once a week, and that he hopes he always will, because that is the day he stopped being a person who was good with computers and started being a professional. Now here's the part worth taking with you. And it isn't about computers. Steve did not learn a skill to start this. He already had it. He'd had it since he was about 11. The thing that was invisible to him was that a skill so ordinary, you can't even see it in yourself, is not ordinary to the person who doesn't have it. To them, it is not a skill at all. It's a rescue. There is something you already know how to do that somebody 2 streets away is frightened of. You have almost certainly never thought of it as valuable, because it costs you nothing. That is exactly what makes it worth something.